This video is the start of something that I've been wanting to do for a long time, and that is to start a YouTube channel. So it's been on my mind for years, and I kept pushing it off or not finding the right reasons to start one, whether it be friends or I'm not where I should be successfully, or like I didn't think it was captivating enough for me to do it. But you know what? Even if no one sees this, this is for me. This video is a commitment, you know? It's almost like a journal or a daily, daily journal vlog input just to keep track of my life and just to stay on track. This is almost like a liability for me. It's like, you know what? You started this, you made the video, keep going, right? The hardest part is starting something. So, anyways, upon lots of reflecting, I basically got to the point where everything's changed, but nothing has changed in my life. Having said that, it's like my whole mind has changed. All my childhood drama has like surfaced. I've cleared the air. I've experienced a lot of, jobs and what I do want, what I don't want, people I want around me and that I don't want around me. But at the same time, it's like I'm still in my childhood home, living with my parents. And, just I feel like I'm not where I want to be in life, but at the same time, I'm happy with where I am in life. So it's this, I don't know, it's this big cluster fuck of like practicing gratitude, but also, wanting to create something for myself, creating my own legacy in a way. So I wrote this list of all the jobs I've had. It's 32 jobs, okay? Yeah, I'm 31. And what I've heard many times is that the past will repeat itself until you correct it and learn your lessons and move on and grow. Whether it's relationships, like you still go to the same type of person, you get hurt, whatever. In my case, it's jobs. So 32 times I've tried, oh, this could be the one, this could change everything, and like, whatever. I always start to get in this good mood where I get creative and start, getting some momentum in my life. And then I'm like, oh, let's get a job to like finance everything and get me ahead more. But then I get in the job and I feel trapped. So I've realized I can't work for someone. I have to do it on my own. I have to create things on my own. So on this list, there is things that I have created for myself, and it kind of fell through or redirected in some sort of way. So at one point I was personal training in gyms and everything, but then I took it privately and I started making the most money doing it on my own, So I was making $50 an hour, which is really good compared to most jobs out there. I discovered Uber Eats in the first quarantine of COVID, and that gave me the freedom of working on my own time. Even if it's for a company, it's kind of like it's whenever I want to. And I also got really good at sales and talking to people, even though it's weird talking to a camera right now with no one on the other end except maybe a viewer or maybe no one. But out of this list, I was like, okay, what jobs stood out to me? So I highlighted those 3. So maybe this can work for you, if you've been having troubles figuring out what you want to do. Think of things that really stand out in your mind that maybe gave you some happiness or some sort of feel of what direction you do want to be in. So I highlighted 3. I noticed I like control. I need to be in control of what I am doing. It makes it feel a lot more fulfilling. I can create my vision, bring it to life. Like I said, the money. It's weird that I think of it now, like 32 jobs, and the most the highest paying job was the one I created for myself. So that really reinforced of myself saying like, no more jobs, okay? You can do this on your own. Figure it out. Like my soul, the universe, everything's telling me like, do your own thing. Figure it out. Don't get another job, because then you're just gonna backtrack and then resurface and backtrack. It's like I always have to pick myself up, because I get into these jobs and I feel trapped and limited, working on someone else's schedule, being capped at a certain amount of money. It's just not good. So, you know what? I realized this. No more jobs. I have Uber Eats to fund me. It's good enough. That's another thing I was dealing with, was telling people that I'm an Uber Eats driver. You'd be surprised how many, well, mostly females especially, but like they'd be like, oh, okay, and then just drop the conversation. But a lot of guys I talk to, like friends and like people I've ran into, and they're pretty successful, and they ask what I do, and I said Uber Eats, and they're like, oh, great, good for you, man. Like, it gives you time to hustle and focus on your things. So it's like, yeah, like I know that. And it's like, why do I let these small percentage of people that have no impact on my life have so much impact on my life? Like, why do I care if someone just looks down on me because I do Uber Eats? I'm still making money, maybe even more money than that person, but the title of delivery driver or Uber Eats driver, it just throws them off. And it's like, I don't care. I'm happy. I could do what I need to do. I can build a business. I can be creative. I can make music on my own time. So it's like, I'm really owning that. And yeah, so besides the jobs, I've had this book for 10 years, The Power of the Now, or Power of Now, and I haven't read it till this year. I guess it just wasn't ready until this year to be read for me. So what it's really opening my mind to is how distracted and how lack of conscious, like, most humans live in every day. Like, that was a poorly put sentence together, but even that one. Yeah, most people are just shut off. They run on autopilot. Probably 80 to 90% of the people, like, all the time. They won't even think of what they're doing. They make a list of shit to do throughout the day. They do it. As soon as there's silence, they look for something. They look for their phone. They look for a friend. They look for whatever, sex, drugs, food, alcohol, whatever it might be, right? So I've noticed, myself grabbing my phone, going to watch, like, binge watching series, and once the series over, I'm left like, oh man, I wasted so much time. I didn't do anything. Like, I'm not being productive. So I finished all my series. I read this book, and it's really changing my mind. It's like, do what you need to do now. Even this video, it's 4 a.m. I was gonna go to bed and be like, no, I'll do it tomorrow. But I said that yesterday, and I said that the day before. And it's like, fuck it, I'm just getting up. It's 4 a.m. I just winging it. No script, no nothing. This is accountability for me. If I didn't start it, who knows when it would start. So that's another thing I've been living by, is start now, figure it out later. So many people put in a whole plan, like the materials, the people, this, that, whatever, scripts, and then they start it and it doesn't feel right, or it's not what they envisioned. So right now, anything I do is just start now, doesn't matter what it is, and figure it out later. Figure it out as you go. So this is what it is. I'm, living by what I'm preaching to myself, putting all these things in motion. So what I will be doing over the next few months is committing to these YouTube videos. I will be restructuring a workout program for myself. I'm going to be the guinea pig of it. I've already been running it for almost a month, making really good progress. So it's potentially something that I'm going to be launching as my next product that I'm selling. And also music. I have goals. I want to create an anime intro song. whether it's an actual one or even just an edit I make, you know, it's just something I want to happen. I feel like that will be a learning process, and I'm excited for it. So that was probably a long rant. I don't know if anyone's watched it, but if you have and you've made it this far, if I can leave something with you, and maybe if you feel inspired to, you know, go after something, but you're not certain, I have a few quotes that I've been really telling myself every day. First one is faith over fear. You can't create when you're thinking of fear. You're just gonna find excuses not to. You're gonna back out. You're gonna create walls for yourself that aren't even there. So have faith that it will work out. Even if it's not the right course, it might redirect or reform as you go. So start now, figure it out later. Faith over fear. Next one would be create over consume. So instead of consuming what you want to be doing, start doing it yourself, you know? I keep seeing all these people that I look up to on YouTube, and like they're living their lives and I'm consuming. I'm not creating the same life I want for myself. So create over consume. And the biggest one that's really hitting home for me, there's 3 quotes, but I know I said a lot of quotes. I actually got this one from my buddy. We've had some good talks, but it's live with the pain of discipline or live with the pain of regret. I know a lot of people living with regret. They've gone their whole lives without doing what they wanted to do. And it's a shame. It's such a waste of life. So this is me creating discipline for myself. I had no idea what to say in this video, so starting it, doing it, gonna keep up with it, and work on all my endeavors and goals. So this is step 1. Thanks if you watched. If not, well, this is for future me to reference. See you later.